You are now watching The Curl Poppy.
What's up, YouTube? Okay, my name is Christian Ramos, and I'm the one, the only, the Curl Poppy. And today we're going to be talking about something that I have been avoiding talking about for a while. But we're going to have to talk about it. And, the elephant in the room is I have been gone for quite some time. I have not filmed a video in over 4 months. And we're going to be talking about why in just a sec. But let me just say that I apologize if you have been following me for a while. Welcome back. If you're new, year was good. My name is Christian. I create curly hair content. And if you like curly hair content, which I know you do because you clicked on this video, please feel free to subscribe and be a part of the gang. But anyway, so today I am going to be very, very, very vulnerable with you guys. And honestly, I wanted to do this video, but then at the same time, I was like, yo, do you really want to put all of your personal information out there? And it's not because I'm scared about people knowing about me or I feel like someone's going to use this information against me, because I don't really care. If you've been watching me for a while, you know that I give zero. And listen, I've had some issues that we got to talk about. If you've been following me for a while, you would know that when I was younger, I had leukemia and had to live in and out of the hospital. And honestly, I hate the hospitals. I hate interacting with doctors. Every time I feel like I've introduced myself to a new doctor, we just don't click, we don't vibe. And I honestly have been avoiding going to the hospital and checking on my health for a few years. And whenever you've had leukemia, you have to go yearly to do a checkup just to make sure that everything is good and nothing's popping back up. But me having a hate relationship with the medical field and doctors and all that stuff, I've been not taking care of myself in the way that I should, and that kind of cost me almost my life. A little bit of backstory. So clearly, I'm fat. I'm the fattest, baddest. But I have been living a very, very unhealthy life. Not at this point in time right now, but we're going to get to that at the end of the video. But I have been living a very, very unhealthy life. Like, I used to eat fast food every day, 3 times a day, whether it was McDonald's, Burger King, Chinos, whatever you could think of, I was eating it. If it was fat and greasy and it was delicious, I was eating it. And if I could get a supersized soda, supersized fries, I was in there. We was spending that coin to make sure we was getting full and having a great meal that was enjoyable for me at that time. But honestly, that almost cost me my life, and my hair warned me before my body did. And it's crazy because, I want to put out this video so that if I can help anyone in any way, honestly, to go check yourself out, make sure that you're good. Like, go out and check yourself and make sure that everything is good, especially men. A lot of men don't tend to go to the doctor and take care of themselves and check up on themselves. And there are a lot of women that are like that too. So I'm not trying to say that men and women are like, one is better than the other. But anyway, I digress. I want to make sure that if you take anything from this video, you take that you need to really go to the doctor and make sure that everything is good with yourself, because literally this is one life that you live, and I almost lost mine. And it's crazy that I even allowed that to happen, that I allowed myself to get to such a state where it was like, yo, bro, you almost died. And honestly, we're making changes now, but I can't believe that I put myself in that predicament, and I'm honestly disappointed in myself, but whatever. Listen, it didn't matter if it was 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. If I was hungry, I was going to order the most fattest, disgusting thing that I could order, and it didn't even matter that I was going to sleep right after that, because honestly, I used to eat to the point where I would go to comatose. Like, I would fall out. I'll be, and if I could get as much soda in my body as possible, Pepsi had a hold on me. Like, I was drinking soda for every meal, basically. Sometimes in the morning I would wake up and I'll be like, oh, you know what, let me get a little Pepsi, and I would drink me my Pepsi. Like, I was really, really, really living my life out of control, to the point where, like, I wasn't motivated to exercise. I wasn't motivated to move around. A lot of my coworkers that watch my videos, I take a Uber. Well, I used to take a Uber to and from work every day, just because I didn't want to walk to the train and walk from the train to my job. Like, I was getting so unhealthy unhealthy to the point that I didn't even want to walk. And if you've been following me on Instagram for a while, at the Curl Papi, you should be following me because I am fleeky, okay? I am popping out here, so follow me so you can get some pointers. But anyway, if you've been following me on Instagram for a while, you would know that last year, I went on vacation with my family, and if you've noticed in some of my photos, I was trying to hide it, but I couldn't really hide it. I even got to the point where I was walking in a cane because I was so unhealthy. Like, I had a herniated disc because my body was just so heavy. Like, I got to the point where I was 360 pounds. I don't know if you guys can imagine how it is to be 360 pounds. Like, that just takes a whole different toll on your body. When I tell you, it was difficult for me to even sometimes bend over to like wash certain parts of my body. I had to like struggle a little bit. And to tie my shoelace, like I was out of breath, like walking down a block. Like I was literally living my life out of control. And my hair was the first thing to warn me about me living my life out of control, because I was just living day by day normal. I thought my lifestyle was normal. Everything was okay. And then one day out of nowhere, I noticed that my hair was falling out more than normal. And I would be like, yo, this ain't normal. Why is my hair falling out so much? Like, whatever. You know, it's the first day. You're like, okay, this is crazy. Let's see what we can do. You know, I was using all my tips and tricks. Yeah, I know I love me my black tea rinses, which stops your hair from shedding. I have nothing but high-end products back here. Olaplex. I was heavy on the Olaplex. I was like, yo, we need to make sure that these strands are good, because literally every time I would take a bath and wash my hair was falling out more and more and more. And it's literally, I'm telling you, it started from one day to the next. And at first I would be like, yo, is it that I'm using too many different products because I have a YouTube channel and I'm here reviewing so many different products? Like, what is it? So I started sticking to just one product for like a month, and nothing, like literally nothing was working. And if y'all also know, I say this 1,000 times on my channel, my mother is a beautician. She's been a beautician for over 40 years. And I have a wealth of knowledge at my disposal of what to do to take care of your hair. So I was out here thinking, yo, what the heck is going on? But again, me being naive and not thinking that how I was affecting my body directly was affecting my hair, I was just, you know, I didn't know what to think. I didn't think that had anything to do with any of that, you know. And that's my fault, really. I can't blame anybody else for not knowing that what I was putting into my body was affecting other parts of my body, like my hair. And when I tell you that it just gradually became more and more and more and more and more fallout every hair wash day, I literally it got to a point one time where I just had a clump of hair come out, and I started crying because I'm like, yo, I'm gonna go bald headed. How is it that somebody could lose all this hair? And you know, I would talk to my mom. I would be like, yo, to friends and family, like, yo, normally when you guys wash your hair, how much hair is falling out? Because my shit is looking crazy and I'm scared. And even then, like, I wasn't even on some like, yo, go to the doctor, go to the dermatologist, go to like a trichologist, find out what's happening to your hair. Because in the back of my head, I'm like, oof, let's stay away from the doctors, right? And I already knew that me going to a hospital and trying to find out what's wrong with me, I already knew what they were going to say. They're going to be like, yo, you fat, you need to lose weight. And when you are of a particular weight, you don't want to hear that every time you go to a doctor. Because I'm telling you, every time I've changed my primary doctor so many times, because every time I have my first introduction with them, the first thing they say, oh, you're fat, you need to lose weight, this, that, and the third. And you're like, you don't want to hear that. You know, like, I don't know how you guys feel about stuff like that when your doctor tells you that you need to do this, that, and the third, or that, you know, they're telling you something that might seem like derogatory or like insulting. Because a lot of times that's how I was taking it. I was like, yo, I didn't come here for you to call me fat. So why are you calling me fat? You know? So me not wanting to deal with that with doctors, I was like, you know what? Let's just keep it pushing. Let's find out in other ways how or why our hair is falling out so much, whether it's the products I'm using. You know, I started taking biotin, I started doing this, that, and the third, and nothing Literally nothing was making the fallout better. And I'm telling you, that day that I saw all that hair just come out, I was like, yo, this is it. Like, I can't make videos no more because the people that follow me are gonna be like, yo, you bald headed. Yeah, I know y'all be clocking stuff all the time. Y'all gonna be like, yo, why is your hair looking so thin? And my hair is not the thickest, so it's already, you know, right now we're flourishing. But when I was going through this back in December, January, November-ish, you know, my hair was like looking thin, it was looking limp, and I didn't want to come on camera and be like, oh, look, these products work for you, this looks good for you, da 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 da. And then my hair honestly looks and feels like shit. So I was struggling with massive hair loss for a few weeks, turning into 2 months. And it wasn't until, this is the thing, when your body starts failing you, it comes in stages. And the first thing that warned me was my hair with the fallout. But again, I wasn't thinking that had anything to do with my overall health. I was just like, yo, like something's up. And when your body's failing you, it comes in stages. The first stage was hair loss. Secondly, like I started feeling fatigue. I was always sleepy. Like literally, I would want to take naps multiple times a day. That even one of my best friends, Yamile, if you ever seen her in one of my videos, because yeah, if you've been following me, you've seen her. We've done vlogs together. But she would be like, yo, you have a problem because why are you always sleepy? That was stage 2. I was always getting sleepy and I did not know what was causing it. And at that point I was getting, you know, normally I get like 5-6 hours of sleep, but around that time I was getting a lot of sleep because I was always sleepy. I would come home from work tired as hell, and it wasn't because of the work. It was because my body was, that's how it was responding to what was happening to me. Like it was so tired, it was sleepy, and people would call me. I would be like, yo, what's up? And I would literally just be waking up from a nap. And people would be like, yo, or what the hell is wrong with you? Every time we call you, you're either taking a nap or you're sleeping on something. What is going on? Boom, the third thing that was happening to me, from time to time, I would start feeling lightheaded and get headaches. And I didn't know what was causing it. I don't know if, you know, in my head at the time, I was like, yo, maybe it's too bright in here. You know, I'd be filming with these bright ass lights. Maybe that shit is causing my freaking brain to hurt. My mother, she's Dominican, she's mad loud. Yo, you can hear, I live on the 4th floor. You can hear her from downstairs. That is how loud she is.
Muchacho de la mierda, carajo. ¿Qué es lo que yo te he dicho a ti de tanto comer? Coño, pero tú no ves cómo tú tienes esa panza, coño. Parece un bulto ya.
So I'm like, you know, maybe her vocal levels have risen and I'm just over here having to deal with it. You know, I didn't know exactly what was causing that to happen. And that was another sign that I failed to acknowledge or take advantage and be like, yo, all right, something's up now. You know, like tick, tick, boom, what's happening? Put it in your head. Why are you not putting all of the pieces together of the puzzle? What is wrong with you? And it finally got to the point where I was suffering for a week, straight up thirst. Like I felt like I was in the Sahara Desert. That's how thirsty I was. And nothing was fulfilling this thirst. I would literally be drinking gallons of water. Then when the water wasn't working, I started drinking Gatorade, mad Gatorades, like OD Gatorades, mad Gatorades. And y'all know Gatorade has a lot of sugar. But at that point, I'm not putting 2 and 2 together of what could potentially be happening to me. I just know that I was really thirsty. And then I started using the bathroom a lot. Like I was urinating almost at first it started off like every 30 minutes. Then it was like every 20 minutes. Then it was every 10 minutes. And I was like, okay, hold, wait a minute. Now something's wrong, because if I'm dying of thirst and nothing can satisfy that thirst and I am using the bathroom all the time, something's up. But even then, I still was like, I'm not going to the doctor. All right, this portion of the video might be TMI, but I'm just gonna have to spill it because this is how I found out that something was wrong with me. And this is what eventually made me want to go to the hospital, because this had me shooketh. I was scared. I was like, yo, wait a minute. We are not playing this no more. We're going to the doctor. Let's go to the ER. Let's find out what is happening. And that area down there swelled up. out of nowhere. Like from one day to the next. It literally just went, "Pwah!" That I was like, "Whoa, elephant trunk, what is going on here?" And once that swelled up, I was like, okay, well, if that's swollen, I'm thirsty, and I'm using the bathroom a lot, it has to be a UTI. Like, there's nothing else that it could be. So then, even then, I was like, all right, well, it's a UTI. UTIs usually cure themselves really quick. Let me just start drinking cranberry juice. And what does cranberry juice have? Mad sugar. And I was downing mad cranberry juice. I was like, okay, we're gonna cleanse our body on our own. You don't need to go to the doctor if you have a UTI. You just drink mad cranberry, drink a lot of water, stay hydrated. And literally drinking Gatorade and mad cranberry juice, I was killing myself and making my condition worse. Like, I'm telling you, I would go to the bodega almost every few hours to restock on cranberry juice and Gatorade. And with all that sugar, with the condition I already had, I'm not surprised why I almost didn't die, honestly. After about, and y'all gonna judge me, I don't want y'all to judge me, but whatever, I don't care. I don't know none of y'all. Well, if you're my personal friend and family or coworker, I do know you, so whatever. But I still don't care if you judge me, but whatever. Anyway, so after about a week of trying to cure my UTI, I was like, you know what? Nah, this is gonna fall off. So we need to go to the ER ASAP. And then, I thought I was gonna go to the ER and get a little cream, a little pill, and get this over and done with. And when I get there, I was already feeling that I had to pee, because remember, at this point, I'm already peeing like every 10 minutes. Like, I can't hold it. I literally cannot hold it. I have to pee every 10 minutes. And they were taking pretty long. And I'm like, yo, listen, I go to the girl in the counter. I'm like, listen, are you gonna need pee? Because I have to piss really bad right now. And I don't know if you want this pee, but I'm willing to give it to you. And she goes and says, you know what? Go ahead, just in case we do need it. And when I tell you that there were so many people ahead of me, in the ER. Because, we in times of COVID and all this or whatever. So the ERs are a little packed and stuff. But when I tell you that so many people were ahead of me, and I practically skipped the line in a sense, because they rushed me to the back after giving them a pee sample, I was like, wait a minute. All right, okay, this is what we're doing. And I know that there was mad people ahead of me, because when I got there, they were already there, and they were already waiting there for mad long, longer than me. I didn't ask nobody how long they were waiting, but I know they were waiting longer than me. But anyway, they took me to the back, and they said, hey, do you have diabetes? And I go and I say, no, nobody's ever told me I had diabetes. They're like, well, we need to draw blood, and we need to do all these tests on you. And I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. So they come with, I don't know if you guys know the blood glucose machine. It's where they prick your finger and they put your blood sample on a little strip, and then that strip is inside of a machine that checks your sugar. And there was an error on that machine. And she said, whoa, wait a minute. And I'm like, excuse me, what's going on? Like, why are you freaking out, girl? Because if you start freaking out and you in the medical field, I'm gonna start freaking out. So don't do that. And she's like, let me grab another machine. So she goes to the back, she grabs another machine. I don't remember if she pricked my finger again or we just squeezed my finger, because she had just pricked it. And she goes and uses the second machine, and the same error message. And at this point, I'm freaking out, because that machine is going mad loud. I'm like, what is going on? This is scary. But at the same time, I'm trying to hold my composure, because remember, I'm thinking here I'm going to get a little ointment, a little pill, and I'm out the door. And baby, that was not the case. So at this point, they're like, okay, we need to draw blood, because our machine can only read sugar levels up to 600. And it means that you are beyond that. I'm like, all right, well, y'all need to draw blood, because y'all machine is broken or something, because there's no, and at this point, I don't even know what blood sugar levels are supposed to be. And apparently, for a normal, thriving human being in society, it shouldn't be over 200. So the range is under 100 and over 100. So you want to stay within the 100 range, right? And when she says that her machine is reading it reads up to 600 and she cannot read it, I was like, oh, okay, well, all right, well, what does that mean for me? Because, we scared right now. And then not only did they say that they needed to draw blood, but then there was like, yo, you need to stay here and we need to admit you into the hospital. I'm like, excuse me? Like, listen, I have shit to do. I need to go to work. I have this, that, and the third. My niece and my sister were coming over from Atlanta that weekend. Mind you, this is a Wednesday. And my sister was flying into New York on Saturday. So I'm like, I have the weekend off. I need to see them, blah, 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 right? And they're like, well, you're probably not going to go home until next week. I'm like, excuse me? My sister's only here for 2 days and my niece is only here for 2 days. I need to go home. They're like, well, you're about to die. So you need to calm down and sit your ass in that chair and let us draw this blood. So when they finally got the results from the blood work, my sugar was at 624. For those who don't know about your blood sugar level, 624, I technically should have went into a coma, into a shock, and I should have been like on a ventilator dead at that point. And they were asking me questions. They're like, yo, but did you ever feel this? Did you ever feel that? Did you ever feel this? And the stuff they were telling me, like, it wasn't clicking because I had never felt that. You know, again, I was just living my normal life, or what I thought was my normal life. So I'm like, no, I've never felt that. And they're like, have you ever lost large amount of hair? And when she said that, when I tell you, I literally started crying. And I don't want to get too emotional about it now because, again, it's guilt for myself that I allowed myself to get to that situation, because my time in the hospital was not the best. It's COVID. I couldn't have visitors. Remember, I didn't eat before going to the hospital. I didn't bring a bag with like clothes or nothing, because I wasn't expecting to be admitted into the hospital. I thought I was literally going to get a pill, a cream, and walk out. And you know, not being able to have visitors, not having my own space. I love my house. I feel so comfortable. This is my temple. I feel safe here. And not being able to be in my own bed. I have a fire popping bed. I have a purple, very bougie, very expensive, mad comfortable. It's better than when I go to resorts. When I go to resorts, I'm like, I need my bed because this bed is not as comfortable. But anyway, not being able to be in my space with my comfort, not even being able to take a full bath. Like, I take a bath every single day. Like, my biggest thing, because I'm so big, is hygiene. I always want to make sure that I take a bath, I smell good. You know, I take care of myself to make sure that I don't become a typical stereotype of a bigger person. Because whether you want to admit it or not, fat people are judged out here for either being smelly and stinky and dirty and this, that, and the third. So I've always tried to carry myself in a better manner so that I'm not judged in that way. And again, I really don't care what people think about me, but you know, I like taking care of myself and not being able to shower properly, not being able in my bed, not being able to have visitors. I didn't even have a phone charger, bro. Like, I was suffering in that hospital. I literally had a little mini depression. And then not knowing when I was going to be able to go home and see my family, see my friends, especially my niece. Yeah, I know my niece is my daughter, my baby. I love her. And the fact that I was going to miss out on seeing her was driving me crazy. So to break it down for you guys with the hair being the first thing, for those who have diabetes, and I'm here on the web finding the information to give to you guys, but the way that diabetes affects your hair, it attacks your hair follicles. And actually, when you have diabetes, you're more likely to have alopecia. And for those who know, alopecia is another disease that attacks your hair follicles, and you end up losing all your hair. Look at the whole Jada situation that is happening in the news. That's not something that we can escape right now, because that's all people are talking about is the Will Smith smacking Chris Rock, and it was over alopecia, right? But diabetes attacks your hair follicles and does not allow the blood to circulate to the follicles and allow hair growth. So literally, all that hair that I was losing was because of the diabetes. And that was the first sign that something was wrong with me, and I did not take action immediately when I started noticing that that's what was happening. So immediately they put me on medication, they started giving me insulin, and I never thought that I would be the type of person that was gonna need medication and insulin, because again, I thought I was living a normal life, and the fact that I had to start taking medication and insulin, and I needed to start watching what I was eating, because they told me, listen, you cannot have white carbohydrates, you cannot have no sugar, because you can die. Whenever you have diabetes, the things that produce sugar levels to go up in your body are white carbohydrates and sugar. And all that Gatorade, all that cranberry juice, and literally just everything that I was doing with my life was killing me, and I didn't know, and I didn't, I say this now because whatever, everything happened, but that is the wake-up call that I needed, because honestly, this is where the story gets good, and thank the Lord Jesus Christ that I am here and I survived whatever was gonna happen to me. I took the motivation from, like, literally I was crying every night in the hospital, but I took that as I never ever and I don't want to choke up talking about it, but I never ever want to go through that ever again. And my health is going to be my top priority, and for the last 3 months it has been my top priority, because as you guys can see, my hair is flourishing now. My skin is looking right, and I don't know if you guys noticed from the last few videos, or if you follow me on Instagram, make sure you follow me on Instagram, but your boy has lost 55 pounds. Because I changed my life drastically. I stopped eating fast food, fried food. I stopped the sodas. I stopped the juices. All I drink is water, green juices. I'm eating healthier now. I'm in the motherfucking gym. I am doing the damn thing. To the point where from the last time that they left me out of the hospital to my next follow-up appointment, the doctor was like, whoa, hold on. This is the fastest change we've ever seen someone take. Because I said it to myself, yo, how fucking dare you, and excuse my language, but how fucking dare you allow this to happen to yourself, bro? Like, do you know who the fuck you are? You are Christian fucking Ramos, the curlpapi. How dare you allow this to almost fucking kill you? And I say that shit to myself every day to remind myself that I need to push forward. But let me just say, we are thriving, we are looking good, we are feeling good. When I tell you I was not able to walk up a flight of stairs, baby, I don't take elevators no more. I am going up those stairs. I'm out here in the gym looking right. I am out here, like, I have so much energy. I've become such a different person, and all it took was that moment that almost killed me. And I'm so proud of myself for, like, literally changing my life around. And I wanted to avoid talking about this topic because I knew I was gonna get emotional talking about it. But honestly and truly, if you feel anything is wrong with you that is not normal, like any little thing that you see that's wrong with your body, listen to your body, seek help, go to the doctor, like, do what you gotta do, because again, this is only one life that we have. You need to take care of it. And I was living a life where I wasn't caring about my body. I wasn't caring about myself. Yes, I was out here flossing, looking cute, rocking the nicest bag, sneakers, all that good stuff. But that was all a front. I'm not gonna say it was a front because that's stuff that I like, but none of that shit matters. Like, none of it matters. Your life is what is the most important thing. You live inside of yourself every fucking day. You're in your head, you in your body. And for you not to want to take care of yourself is fucking crazy. And I say that now because my life has changed. I did a whole 180. Like, I am out here thriving with my health. My sugar levels are back to normal, like if nothing ever happened. I'm losing mad weight out here. it's a lifestyle change. And I'm not losing weight to look skinny or nothing. It's literally to live a healthier life. I'm in the gym to live a healthier life. You know, I have the support of my family, my friends, and you know, we here. We're gonna live. We're gonna, you know, we're gonna do so much amazing things. And again, like, listen to your body. If you feel anything that's different, anything, even if you're like in the back of your head, like, oh, it's nothing, fuck that shit. Go check yourself out, because I almost fucking died. And now look at me. I'm out here, baby. I'm out here, the curl papi. And I'm so excited for the next chapter in my life. And I am also going to be uploading videos frequently now. I'm going to try to do 3 videos a week, because I have so much to talk about, so much to review. There's so much stuff on this on these shelves that you guys haven't seen, because I've literally just been avoiding making this video because I didn't want to talk about my personal health. And honestly, I thought about it. I was like, yo, get that out of your head. If you can help somebody try to save themselves by either going to the doctor or checking themselves out or whatever, like, or even listening to their body, just make this video. Just get it over with. Because I knew I had to make this video before doing other reviews, because you guys were going to be like, what? Where? Papi, where you was at? You don't think that you could just show up after 4 months and not explain yourself? And I am so grateful for you guys. The you know, I'm not the biggest YouTuber, but the subscribers that I do have, I fucks with you guys. Yeah, my peoples. So, you know, this is just a part of life. I had to let you guys know what was going on. And yeah, here we are. So if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Also, follow me on Instagram at thecurlpapi, because I'll be posting some fleeky pics out here. And until next time, guys, bye.